Today, from Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, it's week.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Brandon Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early 2nd down and long. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Apparently this defense has come to play. A sack and a run stop behind the line on the first 2 plays.
Yeah, I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Drew. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. That is incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. Gets it off to Freeman. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
When you look at this defense, currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will finally be tracked down at the Bills' 38-yard line. That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Mims, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 22 carries, 87 yards, and a touchdown.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the #1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
A throw over the middle, taken in. Touchdown, Broncos. Jerry Jeudy, 35 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from drawing level. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. This is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got 0 benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Carter straight ahead. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. On 1st down, right back to Carter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Allen's throw is complete, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 5 catches, 121 yards, and a touchdown.
5th in the league in receiving yards, and that's a...
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed. The red flag. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the stick, 2nd and 15. Play action. Now it's Allen. He'll dump this off to Carter, complete. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
This defense for the Broncos, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
He'll let it go deep for Freeman, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bills' first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long. A give, Carter running right. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Another tote for Carter. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
But you look at this Bronco defense.
They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today, because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Check 52. Check.
And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. On play action, Allen. And he is caught. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground with Carter. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Under a minute to go, clock running, and a back-and-forth first quarter of play. Another run on 2nd down with Carter. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. 7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll run with Carter. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. One more time with Carter. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get
touchdown from 4 yards out. And the Bills' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Now the try here for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Here's the Bills' kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
On 2nd down now, Mims. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play. Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
On 1st down, Mims. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I think what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is fielded at the 7. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. So here are the Bills to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Allen. In trouble, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks. We have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Freeman. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They do go for it. Here's Allen. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back.
Oh, the defense right there to stop him. Did he get the yard he needed? He did, says the referee. Barely. 1st down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 2nd down, here's Allen. Looking left side, and it's complete.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Bills. A great play there. 59 yards.
And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the 1st half.
His throw incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a 2nd half that they have to play, but so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt.
It's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively, and it'll bring up second down.
On play action, Allen. And the Broncos get there and take him down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down.
And the Bills will extend their lead here just before halftime.
They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you
can't get away, and he's taken down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Over the middle, complete to Judy.
Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Back to throw. Drew had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
A final shot before half for Allen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Give up the middle to Carter.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
Check 26, check 26.
Allen off the play fake, rolling to his right.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Let's give a little credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well, and that pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here, but that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a 4th down.
I can't believe they even let you play. I got you. Kill. Turn up. Kill.
Allen gonna go on 4th down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown.
And the Bills extend their lead yet again.
That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And the Broncos are going to get the football. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Now a handoff up the middle. Mims, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
To throw on 3rd down. Drew, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Another run on second down with Carter. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 52 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. They'll go again with Carter. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. And now they'll throw with Allen. Throwing left sideline complete. That's Stevens. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Second down and 3 with right around 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 3's all around. Carter will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Carter again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll try to run for it with Carter. And now Carter going to be stopped up short. He did not get there. No gain on the play, and what to do now on fourth and goal. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some time.
That's going to be caught by Carter for a Bills touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills are an extra point away from going up by 40. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
So now Allen and the Bills going to stay out and go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. And the touchdown apparently wasn't enough. They're going to go for the onside kick here. And the Broncos are going to get the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, huh? There he goes, right side. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Operating from the gun, Drew. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have.
Touchdown, Broncos! Greg Dulcich from 8 yards out. And the Broncos are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. The extra point splits the uprights. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground, Carter, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Another run on 2nd down with Carter. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he is going to have a Bills 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on E! A Sports. Carter once more. A nice little juke. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Allen. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. That one goes for 36 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Carter will try the right side. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 90 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's a give to Carter. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. A handoff for Carter. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there. With his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Bills look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. So now Allen and the Bills going to stay out and go for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the backflip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On 1st and 10, Drew. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And this is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. And his kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. A tackle made there by Drew Sanders. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. 3rd and 7 now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Switch.
To throw, it's Allen. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Looking to throw. Drew. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. They'll look to throw again.
Throw over the middle, taken in by Dulcich.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Back to throw again. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception.